Good afternoon, folks. Dons Nation, NFL World. Yours truly, Mike the LA Dons fan, aka Mike Jones, coming at you with my Week 17 NFL picks of the week. I hope everybody had a great Christmas. Wishing y'all a safe New Year and happy 2024 coming up. And just being safe and checking on your loved ones and make sure how they doing and just living life every day to the fullest. Now that's out the way. Let's get the NFL picks started. Check out my other videos when you get a chance. Leave a comment. Feel free to subscribe if you want to. Now let's get started. First game is tonight. The Jets at Browns. I got the Browns winning this game and clinching the playoffs berth. I got the schedule here, the NFL.com schedule, as you see. All right. Yeah, I'm picking the Browns to beat the Jets. In that one, I'm not going to get a score. I'm just picking the teams I feel that's going to win. So, yeah, the Browns are going to beat the Jets tonight and clinch that playoff spot. You know, the Jets defense, they're pretty good, but that offense, yeah, ever since Aaron Rodgers been out, their offense is, I don't know. But anyway, let's move on. A good one Saturday night on the 30th, Saturday night, Lions at Cowboys. The game that's supposed to be on Monday night, but the college football playoff will be on the college football playoff in the Rose Bowl and Sugar Bowl going to be on that day, so they moved it to Saturday. So that's the Monday night special edition on Saturday night. The Lions at Cowboys. The Cowboys lost 2 in a row. The Buffalo loss was bad. Buffalo just ran the ball all over the Cowboys, and they played a little better against the Dolphins, but the bottom line is they lost 2 in a row, and they played the Lions, who, by the way, congratulations on winning the NFC North. Congratulations, Detroit Lions. First time in 30 years y'all won the NFC North. But I think the Cowboys, I'm going to pick the Cowboys in this one to win this one, to keep their shot at least to win the NFC East. But if they don't, they're in the playoffs, by the way, I should say. But I'm going to pick the Cowboys to win this one, at least to have some slimmer of hope to win the NFC East. But we all know Philly pretty much going to win it. But don't count Dallas out on this one. But let's move on. Hold on one second. All right. Sunday, starting with the Dolphins at Ravens. That's going to be a good one. That is going to be a freaking good one. I'm going to tell you why. Both the Ravens are, I think, 11-4. The Dolphins, I think, are 10-5, 11-4. I'll check again, but that's going to be a good one. I can't wait to watch that one. And I'm going to go with the Ravens because the Dolphins have not they beaten the Cowboys, which is a good team. They beat one good team the Dolphins have, but they lost to other good teams that's in playoff position. And I'm picking the Ravens to win this one because the Ravens defense is really strong and their offense is just on fire right now. Lamar Jackson is just playing lights out and playing with his hair on fire, and he should be the front runner for the MVP. So I'm gonna go with the Ravens to beat the Dolphins. And we got Buffalo and New England. Um, Patriots. Ever since Tom Brady left, y'all just ain't been the same. Buffalo, ever since they fired their offensive coordinator, they've been playing much better. I'm gonna go with the Bills to win this one. I'm not, like I said, I'm not giving out the score. I'm just picking the teams who I feel that's gonna win the game. So I'm going with Buffalo to beat the Patriots. And moving along, we're gonna go with the Falcons and Bears. Both teams, the Bears and the Falcons, been inconsistent all year. By default, I'm gonna go with the Falcons because they still hold on. Yeah, the Falcons still got a slimmer of hope to win the division, but they've been inconsistent, especially at the quarterback position. Um, just just I'll just put it at that. They just been a little inconsistent at the quarterback position. The Bears, um, just they're. I'm just gonna go with Atlanta by default. The Bears, Justin Fields, he's playing a little better now late in the year, but just not just not consistent enough for me to say that they're gonna win. So I'm just gonna go by Atlanta by default. And next game I'm gonna go with is Titans and Texans. Um, the Titans are going nowhere. They're eliminated from the playoffs. The Texans, I think C.J. Stroud is coming back after missing 2 games with a concussion. Um, but I really believe the Houston Texans are going to beat the Titans. So, especially if C.J. Stroud is back. So, I'm going to go with the Texans to beat the Titans. And we got the Raiders at the Colts. Now, this game's going to be important because they're trying to fight for that final seven spot along with the Steelers, the Bengals, and the Broncos. Trying to get that final 7 spot. So I'm gonna go with by default. I'm gonna go with the Raiders because Antonio Pierce, ever since stepping in the interim head coaching position, has got the Raiders, especially on defense, playing really hard and really fast and a lot of enthusiasm and energy, and that's what I like. I like teams not only just play smart, but have some enthusiasm and just playing with an edge and a lot of energy, and that's what I'm seeing from the Raiders ever since Antonio Pierce took over the Raiders. And the Colts. They're really surprising. They really are surprising this year. They drafted a kid Richardson. I think he's from the University of Florida, but he got injured early in the year. But the Colts are still playing well. But I'm gonna go with the Raiders to win that one. And the next game I'm gonna go with is Carolina at Jacksonville. Carolina with Bryce Young, they are just they're really struggling right now. I mean, really struggling. And Jacksonville, they're struggling too. I think they lost 3 games in a row. They lost to the Buccaneers, and they lost to somebody. Can't was it? No, they lost to Cincinnati first, and then they lost to Cleveland, and then they lose to Tampa. I can't remember who else they lost to, but that Jacksonville's really struggling right now. But I believe Jacksonville will get it turned around. I believe they will beat the Panthers and salvage their season and try to make a run and win the AFC South, excuse me. And they'll make a run, and I think they will win the AFC South. So I'm gonna pick Jacksonville over Carolina. The next game I'm gonna go with is Rams at Giants. The Rams are playing good. Giants, their quarterback situation is a mess. I like the coach, but I just don't like the quarterback situation. I'm just gonna go with the Rams to win that one and try to see that because the Rams are fighting for trying to get that final 7 spot as well, along with the Seahawks and Saints and Falcons and teams that's fighting for a playoff spot. So I'm gonna go with the Rams to beat the Giants. The next game I'm gonna go with is Cardinals at Eagles. Now the Eagles, they're playing good, they're winning games, but they're not what they used to be last year. Arizona, they play hard, but even though they got I think 2-12 or 2-13 record, something like that. Yeah, I think they got 2-13 record, something like that. And hold on one second. Yeah, Arizona got a 2-13 record, but Arizona, they're gonna play hard, but I'm gonna go with the Eagles to win that game. I really believe the Eagles. They play really good against the Giants, but it's still something is off there in Philly. But Philly's gonna win. They're gonna win. I'm gonna pick the Eagles over the Cardinals to win that one. Next game, I got Saints at Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield's playing really good so far, so good against some opponents, and I really believe Tampa's going to win the NFC South. Even though Atlanta's in the mix and the team that they're playing this Sunday, New Orleans in the mix. New Orleans is they're kind of struggling as well. They've been a little inconsistent all year. Well, actually, the whole NFC South kind of been inconsistent. Minus the Carolina, who's just really bad. But anyways, yeah, New Orleans, and this game can determine also who's going to win the NFC South. Let me just put it that way. This game can really determine who's going to win the NFC South, but I'm going to pick Tampa to win this one because I really like how Tampa's playing right now, and Baker is really, really playing really well right now. Mike Evans is playing well. The defense, they're stepping up their game a little bit. They got a big win against Jacksonville, but I really believe Tampa's going to beat New Orleans to win this one. I got what on TV, I got the Cowboys and Dolphins from last week on. It's on the NFL Network, y'all. But anyways, yeah, I'm going with Tampa to beat New Orleans in this one. In the next game, I got San Fran at the Commanders. Now, San Francisco got beat up Christmas night against the Ravens. It was bad. It was a pretty good bad. It was a pretty good beating that the Ravens put on the Niners, and the Commanders, they made a comeback, had the lead, and lost it to the Jets. I just don't like the Commanders at all. I'm just going to go with the Niners to win this one, and I think it's going to be a rout. So I'm going to pick the Niners over the Commanders. I got Pittsburgh at Seattle. Pittsburgh at Seattle. Now, the Steelers looked so good last week against the Bengals. That's the best I've seen the Steelers look all year. But unfortunately, I'm going to pick the Seahawks because I like how I think that the Seahawks win over the Eagles 2 weeks ago on that Monday night game. That comeback against the Eagles, I think, salvaged the Seahawks season. I could be wrong. The Steelers could go into Seattle and still won, but I'm going to go with Seattle to win this one to continue to salvage their season, continue to fight for that number 7 spot with the Rams, Saints, and Falcons. And, don't forget Green Bay, by the way, is fighting for that spot too. So, but I'm going to go with Seattle over Pittsburgh. All right, Chargers at Broncos. We all know the news. Russell Wilson got benched. I think his name's Stanton is going to start for the Broncos instead of Russell Wilson. Sean Payton made that decision. The Chargers, they fired Brandon Staley after that debacle against the Raiders week 15 on that Thursday night in Vegas. The Chargers, to be honest, they look pretty good against Buffalo, but they still lost. This could be a toss-up. But if Stidham struggles, I wouldn't be surprised if they put Russell back in there and salvage it. But so by default, I'm gonna go with the Broncos. And try to keep it going. So by default, I'm picking the Broncos. And I got 2 more left. And we're gonna start with Bengals at Kansas City. 2 teams that are struggling. Cincinnati, no Joe Burrow. Bengals, they lost bad against Pittsburgh. Kansas City is really struggling, especially offensively. I mean, just everything is just out of whack in Kansas City. But I'm still going to pick the Chiefs to win this one because I really believe they're going to win the AFC West. Excuse me. Yeah, I believe Kansas City's going to win the AFC West, so I'm going to pick the Chiefs to beat the Bengals and try to get it corrected, get it together. So I'm going to go with the Chiefs to win. And finally, Packers at Vikings. All right, both teams are trying to fight, like I said, trying to fight for that 7th spot, trying to get into the playoffs. But I'm going to go with, by default, I'm going to go with the Vikings to win this one. I could be wrong. This game, like I said, this is the NFL. I mean, these games can go either way. I mean, it's funny how the NFL works on any given Sunday, so Green Bay could win, but I'm going to pick Minnesota to win that one by default and try to get that win. So those are my picks of the week, and I'm gonna name them out: the Browns, Cowboys, Ravens, Bills. I said Falcons, Texans, Raiders, Jaguars, Rams, Eagles, Buccaneers, Niners, Seahawks, Broncos, Chiefs, and Vikings. Those are my NFL picks of the week. And catch me. All right, catch me. I'm finna play the Falcons Sunday on the Madden. And like I said, I'm going to do the whole postseason on the Madden this season and next season. And and check this out, the Mega Bowl, I might do it on the Madden from the tournament on the Madden. So I'm not saying for sure about the Mega Bowl. I still got on big electronical field there a little for now. But if something goes well, and if I like what I see from the Madden on the tournament for the playoffs, we might do the Mega Bowl on that. So be on the lookout for that. And the playoff bowls on Checkerboard the Football Men, along with next year's Thanksgiving night game, and the early, as well as the regular early late afternoon games next year, and the primetime games in the big time. The late afternoon America's Game of the Week is also gonna be on Man. So yeah, that's how we're gonna do it. The America's Game of the Week is gonna be on Madden, whether it's early or late afternoon, I should say. So that's how we're gonna do it. And hey, see you Sunday when the Dons play the Falcons. And everybody have a safe day and a great new year. And hope everybody got their Christmas present. I'm Mike, the LA Dons fan, aka Mike Jones, signing off. Peace and have a great weekend and a new year. Happy New Year, everyone.